Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're back on the free-to-play and we're continuing the series of dungeons that we are doing with the help of Armand's. Honestly, this guy is so game-changing. I just kept singing his prayers for quite a while, and that's the reason why I'm making a video on every single one of the teams that I'm building on the free-to-play that are actually using Armand's, because I want to show you the progress that I can do because of him. So as an example, the first one that I did, if you haven't seen my previous videos, go check them out. But the first one was getting from Dragon Stage 20, where I was stuck before, I got myself to Dragon Stage 6 hard. So, first push was amazing. Then if we go over to the Fire Knights, same thing. I was at around stage 20, it was so-and-so, not 100%. Then I got myself to stage 25. One little change that I want to show you that's different compared to the video that I released yesterday, if you saw the video on that. I added Armiger to this team, okay? It makes it like 30 seconds to a minute slower, but Armiger makes it more reliable, okay? Because I have more turn meter control on the waves and I have more turn meter control on the boss. And again, this team is not perfect. I still need to give masteries to Armiger. As an example, he needs War Master. I still need to finish my second Cold Hearts masteries to give her Giant Slayer so that I can get more damage on the boss part. But those are the first two ones. I was gonna try Ice Golem, but I hate Ice Golem so much that I just stopped. Ice Golem is just annoying, so I didn't do that one yet. However, today I want to show you my Spider team, okay? This one's, again, pretty amazing. It's all thanks to the amazing power that Armand's brings. And, well, basically, I got myself to stage 25. And I think what I will be doing, though, just for the sake of efficiency with energy, I'm just gonna be farming stage 24. However, I did beat stage 25 with basically the same team that I'm using for Fire Knight. Okay, so it's kind of relies on the same principle. Armand just keeps controlling and controlling and controlling that third meter. He keeps the spiderlings stunned, and then I just do the damage with my two Cold Hearts and with an Armiger. Okay, if I did not have the second Cold Heart, I do believe that it would work with the second Armiger. It might just be a little bit slower, but it would work. Oh yeah, this is one of the other reasons why I prefer to farm stage. I'm gonna prefer to farm stage 24 instead of stage 25, because Deacon and Armiger are wrong affinity, and that means it might have a slight chance, not a big one honestly, because it looks pretty good, it looks pretty reliable, but it might have a small chance of actually failing because of, maybe the turn meter proc doesn't happen from Armiger at the right time. Maybe I don't land the decreased defense with Deacon, so I don't kill the boss fast enough. But overall, you can see, I mean, look at this. I'm just obliterating this poor boss. And I want to give credit at the same time to the gear sets, okay? Like, I really want to emphasize, I'm going to show you the builds, I'm going to show you the presets, but I really want to emphasize the power of having certain gear sets on some of these champions, because it can take you a long way, it can make it easier, it can bring some more RNG in our favor, and that's what I'm doing with this team. So it's gonna be pretty simple when it comes to Armand's. He's just as fast as I can get him with enough accuracy to land his debuffs, which is, the turn meter control and the stun and all that. But then for the other ones, I do have two people in Relentless and one person Reflex, okay? Deacon is just, he's in his normal clan boss build in Toxic. But again, Deacon could benefit from being a bit faster as well. So there's always ways of improving it. But for now, this is what works for me. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's kind of the principle. But as you can see, it's about 2 minutes run and 62, because it's a turn attack, 63 turns. That's not too bad. That's not too bad, considering the fact that I don't have first of all, I don't have HP burn, because once we pass stage 20, from stage 21 to 25, and all of the hard mode battles, all the hard mode bosses have a specific passive. Let me do a run on stage 24 so I show you what I'm talking about. But basically the passive that makes enemy max HP people such as Cold Heart, Septimus, Armiger be not as good on higher stages is this one. Damage from skills that scale based off enemy max HP cannot exceed 10% of the boss's max HP, okay? So instead of these Cold Hearts just one-shotting the spider maybe on stage 20, they only do 10%, which means, you have to do several of those ones to kill the main spider, and that's where most of the time people would bring HP burn teams in, HP burn champions in teams like this. However, if you have Armands and you're planning to use Armands for an HP burn team, keep in mind he's not going to be as efficient because, well, what does he do? He makes the spiderlings never go. He keeps stealing their turn meter, he stuns them, so if you would have an HP burn, you wanted to try something like that, keep in mind Armands is not going to be the ideal one for that. However, if you're doing stuff like me, you know, maybe you got lucky and pulled an Acresia or a Gnut, well, it's going to make it easier. Armands just keeps controlling their turn meter, and then you just max HP the boss down up until you actually kill it, and that's job done. You can easily farm the spider, you can get your accessories, because this is one of the most important dungeons to farm, as it's the best place to get you silver in the game, and obviously accessories are game changing. You know, getting that accuracy banner, that crit damage banner, those rings on people can completely change the way that you build your champions. Like as an example, I don't have a proper accuracy banner yet for my Dark Elves. I have 4 people that I need accuracy banners for. I have 2 Cold Hearts, Kale, and Luria. And I'm still using, like, I have 3 level 4 ones. They don't even have speed, so that just makes it worse. But let me show you the presets that I'm actually using. It's nothing too complicated, it's pretty straightforward. It's all about everybody doing their skills at the right time. So Deacon, he goes full YOLO. Armands, I make him prioritize the A2. He's never gonna use the A3, or at least I haven't seen him use the A3. And I don't think he would ever use this. He usually tries to use this in dungeons where there's buffs that he tries to remove. So he's never gonna use that, and he's just gonna keep doing the A2 and the A1. Then when it comes to Armiger, I make him prioritize the A2 because this one's an enemy max HP hit. As you saw, he does like 300-400k. That's a pretty solid amount of damage. So I make him prioritize this. So whenever he has it, he does the A2, then A1, A2, A1. And, you know, that helps, as you noticed, as it makes the runs faster. Now, the first Cold Heart, this is the one that I have in Relentless. I make her prioritize the Heartseeker, and then I let her do the A2, because I don't mind if I kill the Spiderlings. Armands rotates through his skills so fast that he's gonna come back to his A2, steal the turn meter, stun them, and he's gonna be pretty fine. So that's why I can keep this A2 on. If you had a team with HP burn, obviously you don't want to kill the Spiderlings, so you turn this one off. But again, Armands is not the best for a team like that. At least, you know, from what I'm seeing. I haven't tested it, but from what I'm seeing, he's not good, because you want the Spiderlings to go if you're bringing a HP burn, so those burns keep ticking, okay? And then the other Cold Heart, this is the second one, this is the one in Reflex. I have the A2 turned off because obviously I only wanted to use the Heartseeker, and then that means that the Reflex set always has a chance to reset the cooldown, you know, to decrease the cooldown by 1 turn every time she gets a turn. So if she uses the A2 as well, that's not going to be beneficial. It's just going to be, you know, she's going to come back to the A3 just later, and it's just turn it off, okay? If you have somebody that you only want to use one skill and you have in no Reflex, turn off every other skill. Now, when it comes to the builds, like I said, Armands, as fast as I could get in with accuracy, 300 accuracy, you basically need around, I think, like 220, 230 accuracy. That's just plenty. This is just the accuracy that I had with pretty decent speed. I'm happy with that. He's fully booked almost. Just one more book on the A1, which I'm not sure I'm going to use. This is the one that you care about. For every single area of the game, apart from Arena, this is the one that you 100% want booked. If we're talking about Arena, your one has A3. But for this dungeon, the A2 booked, 3 turn cooldown, you saw what he did. He just Spiderlings never move. When it comes to masteries, I went down the support tree and then War Master, because he hits when he does his A2 as an AoE hit, so having a chance to proc that War Master is going to help us with damage. Then Deacon, same principle, War Master support tree. He is in my clan boss build, like I mentioned. He is in a toxic set. He's running at 180 speed, and then he's built for damage with accuracy to land his debuffs. If I wanted to have my Deacon to be built for dungeons in general, or like specifically for this dungeon, I would give him again 220 accuracy and then as much speed as I can get on him, because I wanted to come back to this A3 as often as possible to push back their turn meter and boost our turn meter, so our Cold Hearts keep going and our Armiger to keep doing that enemy max HP hits. Now, when it comes to the baby boy Armiger over here, he's in a Relentless and then some offset pieces. They're not crazy stats. You're gonna see 160 speed, 100% crit rate, 100 crit damage, barely any crit damage, and you still saw he did 400k, 1.7k defense, you know, pretty little stats. However, he does the job. The important things that you want to keep in mind if you're using Armiger to also turn meter control and not just for damage, you need to have 100% crit rate and you need to have around 220 accuracy, because this A1 decreases turn meter only if you crit. So keep that in mind. If If you don't care about him depleting the turn meter, then just build him full damage, ignore accuracy, and you're good to go. Again, like I said, no masteries yet, or some masteries. I would farm them and I would get him the War Master again. Just more damage on the boss so we can kill it faster. Now, when it comes to Cold Hearts, like I said, number 1 Cold Heart, Relentless plus Perception. She's running at 178 speed, 70% crit rate, 73. You only need 70%, okay? Because you only care about critting with this one. And the A3 gives you an extra 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit. So that's what I have on her. Again, accuracy 207, it's, you know, it's pretty good, but I would like to have it a little bit higher if I can. However, I still need to upgrade my Great Hall so I can get some more accuracy from there. 200% crit damage, some attack. When it comes to masteries, I gave her Giant Slayer. The reason why I gave her Giant Slayer is because, from my point of view, Giant Slayer is more efficient than Flawless Execution as soon as you pass stages 21, because up until stage 21, the more crit damage you have, the more damage you can do to them, you know, up until stage 20. But after 21, because of the passive that I showed earlier, that's not going to take an effect, so you'd rather have the Giant Slayer so you can do more damage from those Giant Slayer procs. She's booked, and I have Hero Soul on her, but I would prefer this to be Phantom Touch. However, I don't think I'm gonna spend 300 gems right now to reset it. The Phantom Touch will help me more for Fire Knight. And then Cold Heart number 2, again, she's booked mostly on the A3. I didn't really care about the A2, but I guess I could throw another book on the A2 for other areas. Like I said, still need to give her masteries. I would give her Giant Slayer as well. And then she's in a Reflex. This is really powerful. This is one of the best sets in the game when you're trying to do quirky things like this. And the Reflex set is the most powerful gear set when it comes to Hydra, from my point of view. So I was lucky enough to have a set to build. It's not the best. Again, you know, HP percent with some crit, some speed, crit rate speed and accuracy. This one's a pretty decent piece. And then this one's amazing. This is the perfect piece for a Cold Heart. Speed, accuracy, crit rate, crit damage. So, you know, I just went with that. This one you're gonna see, glove not the best. The boot is pretty decent, but again, this is the banner that I was talking about. See, 4-star, no speed on it, and that's just my luck, but I used it, it worked. She was good to go. She's running at 177 speed, 78% crit rate, 174 crit damage. You see, it's not the craziest crit damage, but it works. She does the damage, she depletes the turn meter because she has accuracy, and that's my Spider team. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this gave you an idea. Like I said, you don't need to have 2 Cold Hearts. I really strongly believe that it would work with 2 Armigers, or at the same time, obviously there's other options. You can use people like Royal Guards to bring enemy max HP, and as an example, Royal Guard would also bring you decreased speed. That's gonna be helpful. I have no decreased speed in this team, so I definitely need to always keep that turn meter down. So yeah, I'm lucky to have 2 Cold Hearts, but still, there are replacements. You know, same way I said on the Fire Knight one, you don't need a second Cold Heart, you can bring a second Armiger or a Satyr for that fight. Same thing over here, you can, there's several options, okay? There's several options because you basically mostly need that enemy max HP, as you have 4 people that do turn meter control already. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this team, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and guess we're gonna see each other in the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.